You've got good, good energy knocking at your door. You've got good, good energy. We can make it more. We can make it more. We can make it more. Good energy.
Hey! Who said you can come out? Hey! If you and me, if we get divorced, you're still gonna be my brother. Welcome to restaurant number 3. We're serving our local road. We have some local hospitality for you. We got ourselves some roadkill. It's pretty fresh. Yep, only about 4 or 5 days old. Looking good.
And we got some Nanner cigars.
Yep.
And some other little mystery things we found in the back 40.
Can you tell me about your dentist?
Oh, you know what? I've been paying my dentist. I've been paying him. He said that's enough for me.
Where's the possum little thingies we had here? Possum thingies.
You got possums? I didn't know you had possums. But we're going to get ourselves some riders. I tell you.
Fresh riders.
Hi, I'm Karen, and this is my 3rd year volunteering for Tour for Kids. I have in the past done a lot of fundraising for Camp Trillium, and Camp Trillium is one of the 3 camps that receives funding from Tour for Kids. The reason I'm involved with Camp Trillium and now with Tour for Kids is because I had a child with cancer, diagnosed at age 2.5. He is now 21 years old and doing really well and riding in this ride today. Camp Trillium is a very special place. They provide lots of programming for kids with cancer, their siblings, and their families. We went to camp for more than 10 years, and I do believe that camp is instrumental in helping the families stay strong, giving them the strength, giving them the courage, the things that they need in order to make a healthy environment, to ultimately make a healthy child. We are one of the lucky ones in that we were able to benefit from all the programs that camp has to offer: day camps, family camps, residential camps. And my son is well enough today to be able to return to Camp Trillium, which he did a couple summers ago, to work as a lifeguard and a counselor. So in the past, Camp Trillium has been a big part of our life. We're giving back now. We're giving back for all those years that they provided programming for us. And Tour for Kids is a pretty special event in itself, in that it allows all these people to come together with a common goal of somehow making the quality of life better for kids with cancer, and beyond cancer as well. So hopefully making it so that someday these kids will have the quality of life that my son Trevor is fortunate enough to have. Tour for Kids is just one part of Coast to Coast Against Cancer. They have lots, it's sort of a coast to coast being the umbrella. They have lots of other venues that do other things, research and things like that. Tour for Kids, the thing that's special about it is 100% of the proceeds go directly to the camps. And that's important in today's days and age, where they don't get funding from other government places, or even the Canadian Cancer Society does not provide the funding anymore. So the money raised is really, really important. It goes directly to the camps and directly to help those kids.
Hi, my name's Carol Dolby, and I'm here to talk to you about why I help with Tour for Kids. 1987, my son David, who was 8 years old, was diagnosed with osteogenic sarcoma, and at that point he had to lose his leg. And life for David, he thought, was over because he no longer could ride his bike. So in 1988, David, for the first time at 9 years old, went to Camp Uchigayas, and David left my little boy who couldn't do anything and came home a new person. Camp Uchigayas gave David back to me. They instilled in him the ability to do whatever he wanted to do. David came home and he rode his bike. And for us, that was the first of many steps for Dave. David was at that point 9 years old. When David was 26 in 2006, David decided he would give back to everybody that had helped him. And David decided he would ride across Canada on his bicycle. For David, that is very difficult because he rides with one leg. And when he was coming through Ontario, he emailed and said, "You won't believe it. I met all of these people going from Peterborough back to Toronto, and they were riding for cancer." So Louisa at that point emailed David and said, "Perhaps next year you would like to join the tour." So David said, of course he would. And unfortunately at that point, in June, I had lost my husband to cancer, and David said to Louisa, "Could I bring Mum along because I didn't want to leave her at home?" So that was the first year. David and I both joined David as a rider and I as a volunteer, and that was 4 years ago. So both David and I feel this is a great way to repay for all of the great things that have happened to us traveling through cancer. And we just want to instill in everybody, we hope nobody is touched with cancer, but reality is people are touched with it. And Tour for Kids, they give back our kids to us. So please donate in any way you can.
Hi, I'm Sherry Brighten, and I'm here today with Tour for Kids because I want to help and I want to give back. My dad died when I was 12 from cancer. I was pretty young and I didn't realize what the impact was then, but I certainly do now. I work for Sears Canada, and that's how I found out about this organization. Coast to Coast is just fantastic. It gives to kids, and no kid should ever have to hear that they have cancer and go through some of the stories that I've heard this weekend. It's just great to be able to be here and to give back. Everybody should pay it forward, and that's what I'm trying to do. And hopefully some of my fellow associates will come along and pay forward with me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Drew Allen, and I first rode in Tour for Kids 5 years ago in memory of my father, who had died of cancer the previous year. I continue to support Tour for Kids over the last 5 years as a volunteer and helping them get some media exposure. I'm here this year as a volunteer, and it feels really good to be out here helping such a great cause. I watched someone in my own family struggle with cancer for 24 years, and it takes a huge toll on a family. And I can't imagine what it's like. I don't have a personal experience with a child who has cancer, but I am very happy to be here helping raise money, not only for research, but for children's camps and children's activities for kids whose lives have been affected by this horrible disease. So I encourage anyone who has a desire to help to relieve the suffering of these kids and these families who are trying to live with such a terrible disease. Even if you can't ride a bike, come out and support the Tour for Kids as a volunteer, or support somebody who is riding.
You've got good, good energy knocking at your door. You've got good, good energy. We can make it more.